Kardashians! Today's video is going to be a get ready with me and also a bit of a rant, and it is also an impromptu collab with my good buddy Smokey Glow because mainly we had the same idea for a video and we were like, let's just also upload it at the same time and just
have it be a collab.
Great minds think alike, am I right? Today, let me start with my foundation because we have a lot to talk about. The theme of today's video is flex culture is dying. At least I hope it is. This all started back when like flex culture became a thing. If you aren't sure about the term, if it's a new term for you, flex culture really came into its own when like influencer culture, like social media influencers really blew up. Like flex culture back in the day, kind of the best examples I can think of would have been like MTV Cribs, you know, all those kinds of shows like Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous with Robin Leach, Caviar Dreams or Champagne Dreams and Caviar Wishes. One of those. Back in the day, it was just all like mainstream celebrities, super rich people, hotel executives, the Hilton family, Paris Hilton, that kind of culture of people. That's what flex culture was before the onslaught of social media influencers, back when I was a kid. But ever since the age of Instagram and YouTube and selling your soul for clout, flex culture has really turned into this very toxic kind of like who can one-up each other on who has the best this and the most fancy this and who stood in line the longest to get this supreme hoodie or who rented a house fancier to film a music video in. Stuff like Rice Gum literally renting mansions to film music videos in. That's flexing. Going on extravagant vacations and showing off all of the money that they have. Closet tours of like, look at the dozens and hundreds of pairs of shoes that I have. I think it was Dr. Dre recently who literally would wear new pairs of shoes every day because he could, which is very weird and very wasteful. I feel like flex culture goes in hand with like over-consumerism and just like wasting too much stuff. And truly, I feel like flexing and this kind of like flaunting your richness is a whole other thing really here in the US because we have a very different attitude about wealth inequality as a country as a whole. I've thought about this a lot recently, especially during 2020, how we here in the US, a lot of people, they don't look at themselves as somebody who is lower class, somebody who is maybe in poverty, somebody who is in the lower percentile of income. They look at themselves as like wannabe millionaires and aspirational one percenters. There's this idea that working hard makes you uber rich, which isn't the case at all. Look at Jeff Bezos. He undercut the little guy. He basically stole market share. He was ruthless and a bad person. You don't have people who are genuinely wonderful people getting to the top all the time. Very few and far between when anybody in the 1% is like a good person. Jeff Bezos being best example. Hi, my name's Abby and I have a personal vendetta against Jeff Bezos.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
If you're new here, hello. Because of that, you get a lot of people like the Kardashians and these uber rich people just getting famous for being rich. They get millions and millions of followers online because people follow them because they want to be them. They want to look up to them. They're like, ooh, I want to be that. I want to try and achieve that. Realistically, their fame only grew after they became super rich social media influencers. You have Chloe fucking selling diet tea at every next corner. You have Courtney spreading misinformation about face masks. You have Scott Disick doing what? God knows what. Also Kim selling diet teas. You have them doing all this stuff. I'm not trying to make this whole video about the Kardashians, but that's kind of where the idea sparked because I got into it on Twitter the other day with a fellow influencer. Weirdly enough, I didn't expect to be fighting with Chloe Morello on Twitter about Kim Kardashian, but here we are, it's 2020. That wasn't on my bingo card. So Kim Kardashian, not out of character at all. Kim Kardashian, rich people gonna rich people, posted this very tone-deaf post on Twitter about her birthday party. She
invited all of these people to her birthday party. She surprised them with a private island vacation for all of her closest family and friends.
But they also quarantined for 2 weeks before, so like how was it a surprise? She used the verbiage of like just to feel like it's normal for a little bit of time. And all I could think was, your life is not normal ever. Your life is never normal. Your life has not been one bit inconvenienced by the pandemic. Not one iota. So don't pretend like this is you feeling normal. Oh, you feeling normal is like buying out an entire private island and like flying your entire family out there?
Excuse you.
So like I said, that's not new for Kim. This isn't new behavior for her. She's done this stuff since the beginning of time. And thankfully, most of the responses to that post were like, yo, this is tone deaf. People are dying. Like literally, it was the meme.
Kim, there's people that are dying.
The meme came to life once again. But there were a handful of influencers I saw kind of defending her. Is me making this video just like digging it up even more? Maybe, I don't care. Chloe posted, Chloe Morello, not Khloe Kardashian, Chloe with a C, not Chloe with a K, posted,
I don't know why people are getting so mad at Kim. Yeah, be mad at the government.
and me, as well as several other people, were like, why not both? We could be mad at the rich, the uber rich, who have no concept of reality, as well as being mad at the government that got us here in the first place. Like we can have energy for both things. Like trust me, 2020 has given us enough energy of anger for so many different outlets. We can be mad at Lindsey Graham. We can be mad at the Supreme Court. We can be mad at the president. We can be mad at so many things. Okay, we can be mad at J.K. Rowling and all of this too. And we most certainly can be mad at Kim Kardashian. So I responded to that tweet, just like a lot of other people, and I was like, well, we should be mad at both, right? We should be mad at both of them because there are two different things that we're mad about. One, we're mad that the government got us into this mess and isn't bailing us out. Two, we're mad at rich people for just like pretending that their life is hard in all of this, trying to gain some sort of like sympathy and being like, my life has been so hard for the last 8 months. I'm just gonna like escape it for a little bit. And you guys can just like look at all my pretty pictures of my 40th birthday. Like no one cares. My powder's in the other room. I don't want to go grab it. I'm not gonna set my under eyes. I don't care. I'm just gonna read some tweets right now real quick, because I feel like there needs to be context in all of this, like direct context, because I'm sure she deleted some more tweets since then, but I was flabbergasted at the way that this thread went. It got my heart rate up, it got me all amped, and I was like, ooh, I'm getting into a fight I'm getting into a fight on the internet, like with a bigger person than me. So she tweeted, I don't know why people are mad at Kim Kardashian, they should be mad at the government. So I responded with, we should be mad at both. And then she responded with, I mean, unless you live a life of absolute minimum, I don't get why people have the audacity to complain and be rude about what someone does with their money. Kim does a lot for charity. Shrug. And then someone else responded basically like I did. Ma'am, a lot of that stuff she does for charity is a tax write-off. Lamau, she's wrong as hell for doing this. Stop trying to excuse her behavior by saying she's doing something good to make up for it. Facts. Right there. Facts. Someone made a really great point that I don't remember if I screenshotted it. If rich people paid all the taxes that they deserved to pay, we wouldn't need charity. Fact. Chloe responded with, charity is almost always a tax write-off for every taxpayer, for every business. When Target asks if you want to round up for kids with cancer, that's a tax write-off. If Kim donates $1 million, that doesn't mean she saves $1 million from the tax man, lol. That's not how tax works. So then I responded back with, that's literally not what I said. I know how rich people use charity to get away without actually paying the taxes they deserve to. I live in the epicenter of Amazon and their tax cuts far outweigh the money Jeff Bezos donates to charity. Those same tax cuts fucked up our city. Trust me, I've done my research about tax cuts and rich people. And her other point of like why complain? People are complaining about what she does with her money. I retweeted it and basically said, it's not about what they do with their money, it's about what they do with their influence. Like, if you really truly just wanted to escape the real world for a while, why would you feel the need to share it with the world? That's what flex culture has gotten us. It has gotten us people who lose all sense of like how their actions actually look, because all they want to do is share how rich they are and how much they have compared to everybody else. Because if flex culture wasn't a thing, if people did not have the desire to like flaunt and show off how much they have, we wouldn't be seeing those photos. Instagram would not be as lucrative of a business as it is if we didn't have that. If people were not thirsting to see how the richest of the rich spend their money and what they have, they wouldn't have a business. So someone else responded to Chloe's tweet, flaunting privilege to your fans and followers, many of who lost their lives and loved ones because of it, is tone deaf at the very least. Do better. And then Chloe responded, this is a tweet that she deleted, and I have no problem sharing this because she posted it to all of her followers and responded to me. I have 6,500 followers on Twitter. I don't give a fuck. She says, they always flaunt on their social media. Most of their followers probably live below the poverty line even before COVID. People are just mad now that it's their feelings that are hurt and not someone in Iraq or Venezuela. Huh? What? How? Why? I was astonished that she felt that was a good thing to post. I was baffled. And she quickly deleted it because she probably realized, oh, that sounds like, probably really bad. I really went in. I was like, oh, people's feelings are hurt now? You think that we're mad because our feelings are hurt? You think that we're shitting on the Kardashians and the Jenners because our feelings are hurt? No, ma'am. I don't think I got any negative response from that response to her except from Chloe. I don't think any of her followers or anybody who follows me refuted what I was saying. And I think most people were pretty much on board with the same idea that I had, which was Kim Kardashian is shallow and out of touch and tone deaf and needs to shut up all the time. Like, she needs to shut the fuck up. And Chloe was wrong in thinking that people shouldn't be mad at rich people for flaunting their richness, especially right now. Which is what brings me to the idea that flex culture is dying. It's a bold statement, I know, because there's still, like, a lot of it that exists, and I don't think it's really ever gonna, like, die off completely because of marketing and because of, like, social media and all of that stuff. Like, brands will try to grasp onto it, and influencers will try to grasp onto it. But what I think is really changing, which is a good side effect, honestly, from everything happening in 2020, because of how dire the situation is for so many people in the United States and in the world, we don't have that same desire to see what rich people have. We don't have that same want and aspiration to be them, because we see these rich people living their fine lives. We see people like James Charles still partying and flying to Hawaii on vacation. We see these people still having these gatherings and these get-togethers because apparently the rules aren't for rich people, you know. They're able to get multiple tests. They're able to quarantine and not lose out on money because they don't go to a 9-to-5. They're able to live their lives relatively normally without any sort of inconveniences. And people don't like seeing that right now. People don't care. People don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to see that. I am filled with so much rage every time I see any new post about a friggin' birthday party or a vacation that an influencer has taken with a bunch of friends. It's like, just shut up. And people don't really need to know how much you have all the time. And you really don't need to know how many pairs of shoes or how many cars Jay Leno has or how many birthday parties one person can have in 1 year. Like, oh my God. It's kind of put into perspective what's really important. It's also put really into perspective for a lot more people wage inequality and wealth gaps and how much money rich people really do have compared to regular folks. Yeah, I have a platform of like 56,000 subscribers, but like I'm a regular ass person that lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with my sister. The assets I have to my name compared to the richest of the rich, compared to rich people, I have this much. Like, it would be a percent of a percent of a percent compared to a Kardashian or a Jenner. Knowing how much money I make on YouTube, multiplying that times however many people and how many millions of people watch these huge YouTubers, knowing that people who have millions and millions of subscribers, they're rich as hell. I mean, we see it firsthand with Jeffree Star. He didn't get there because he worked harder than anybody else. Same as Jeff Bezos. Jeffree Star. What is it with Jeffs? I'm sorry if your name is Jeff. If your name is Jeff or Jeffrey, I apologize. Please let there be a nice Jeff out there who watches my videos. I'm sorry if I ever make you feel like I'm just hating on Jeffs. I'm not. I have an Uncle Jeff. He's great. Don't we all have Uncle Jeff? Okay.
So,
I'm not trying to cancel Chloe Morello with this video. I'm really not. I just thought it was a very interesting topic and a very interesting thing to pop up right now, especially because we're heading into like a third spike. Everything is still going fairly shitty, you know, like a lot of states have uncontrolled outbreaks. We're still doing terribly, and you still have people, TikTok influencers and the Jenner Kardashians and the James Charleses of the world and the all these people who I don't even know. Like, so many of these TikTokers, I'm like, who are these people? You have all these people still throwing parties and still having lavish get-togethers that people are not responding to positively. It's not just the fact that they're breaking quarantine. It's not just the fact that they're like completely breaking the rules. It's also the fact where it's like, we don't care anymore. Like, there's so many people who just don't care. As a collective internet community, I feel like the eat the rich attitude is taking hold. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. And just yesterday, today is November 1st as I'm filming this, the day after Halloween. Happy November. Actually, the day that you're seeing this is Election Day. The day before I filmed this, the Kardashians had a Halloween party. And the perfect example, the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. Literally, I think it was Kendall Jenner that threw the party. She literally had like a little sign inside that said no social media, and yet her own stupid fucking sisters broke that rule. So the fact that they even had that, they knew that they were doing something that people were going to get mad at, but because of this flex culture and because of people just constantly feeling the need to show off, they couldn't not post it. They're like,
if we didn't document it, did it even happen?
They have to show off all the time because that's their brand, that's their life. And I think, at least I hope, people are starting to see through it. So while 2020 has been a dumpster fire all around, you know, pretty much for everyone except the uber rich, I really do hope that this is a side effect that kind of sticks around, that flex culture just fucking dies out, because it's turned into content. It's turned into, I bought everything. I bought 1 million Orbeez, or I bought a Tesla for all of my friends. Having more followers gets you more money. And then having more money gets you more followers. And then having more, I don't even know. It reminds me of a really great video that Drew Gooden put out last year. About like people no longer being relatable. Basically, the gist of Drew's video was that they made content about being relatable, about relatability, about being regular people. They got famous from that, and now they're no longer relatable, and then their content is also about that. And then people are still viewing it. It's wild. It's wild. I don't understand Ace Family and the whole cult of them. It's really a cult. It really is. Alright. Okay. So did this video particularly have a moral? No, not particularly. I mainly just wanted to chat and talk about just the idea that people are getting tired of it. People are getting tired of just showing off being a form of content. People are tired of feeling like what they have isn't enough. and they're tired of feeling like the rich are just staying rich for no good reason. After all of this, after things can go to somewhat back to normal, I don't think flexing on everything you have is going to be as popular, because I feel like people are finally kind of getting smart to how much people have and how much a lot of people don't have. And it's truly disgusting. Like, it's disgusting how much money people are hoarding up at the top, and it's gross. It's gross. Because people are way more into anti-consumerism now, and people are far more into like criticizing capitalism and just criticizing the hyper rich, and people are more aware of it now. It's becoming less and less popular to make content solely around, look at all of the wealth that I have. And I hope that sticks around. I hope that becomes a thing. I hope that turns into something that is worthwhile on YouTube, because I feel like so much content has just turned into like a contest of like, how much shit can I buy? How expensive can I make this look? There was literally a set in Los Angeles that was made to look like a plane that Instagram influencers were renting out so they could look like they were taking private jets to wherever. Because you gotta do it for the gram, am I right? You gotta do it for the gram. Which is so stupid. If YouTubers want to take big old vacations, do whatever you want with your money, honestly. But why do you think that people want to see everything about it? Why do people think that the majority of their fan base really wants to see them going on vacation and having a big party, flaunting how much wealth they have and how easy their life is? People don't want that right now. Yeah, I'm sure that there's a handful of people that want to have the escapism, that want to feel like something is normal, but I feel like the facade is breaking down finally that isn't normal. And it will never be normal for a lot of people. Like, flex culture needs to die, and I think it's on its way there. Hopefully. Oh, I truly hope so. This was a very long-winded and confusing video. Thanks, Hannah, for suggesting that we make this an impromptu collab. You guys should go watch her video about the same topic. I'm sure it's very different because I'm the one that got into the fight with Chloe Morello on Twitter. For today's song of the day, one of my favorite bands in the entire world, Typhoon, who put out their last record back in 2018, Offerings, they released a new song the other day that was truly just like a balm of sorts. It's called Welcome to the Endgame, and it is perfect and painful and calming and cathartic and beautiful, and I love Typhoon. Oh my god, I love them so much. They're this like 7-piece, they used to be more like folkestral, but now they're more kind of like experimental, like wall of sound. There's still some like folk influences in there because there's horns and strings, but I love them. They're literally one of my favorite bands, like top 4 favorite bands of all time. Welcome to the Endgame from Typhoon is your song of the day. Definitely go check out Hannah's video, like I said before. Thanks so much to my patrons. As always, I appreciate y'all very much. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be super cool. And if you would like to see more content from me, please subscribe. That would also be very cool. I post videos twice a week. I stream twice a week on Twitch. I am planning on doing Vlogmas in December.
Holy crap, it is a month away.
I wish you luck tonight with your sanity, and please wish me luck tonight with my sanity as you are seeing this. Truly, oh god. Okay, bye.